You have kids and you want to have another kid, but you don't want to go through the long process. Or maybe you have a child who's an only child who seems to be lonely a lot, and hey, think maybe there's a way I can help this and somehow get this child of mine to not be so lonely. There's a way. This is called adoption. Maybe you don't know what adoption is, but don't worry, I'm going to tell you. Adoption is a process that adults can go through to legally have custody of another's child and to raise that child as their own. You might be wondering, well, why is there adoption? There is adoption for reasons like kids are abused, they're neglected, they're abandoned, or maybe their parents were irresponsible or just couldn't pay for them. Well, these kids usually go to a system called foster care. Some of you might not know what foster care is, but it's supposed to be called government protection. However, it's not always protected by the government. Kids in foster care can be abused, murdered, and beaten, which is illegal in foster care. My personal story with foster care is that when I was 6 years old, my last foster home I lived in, the foster dad was verbally abusive to me. He was always telling me, "We hate you. We can't wait for you to get out of this house. Nobody's going to adopt you. You're the worst child in this world, and we can't wait for you to leave. And when you leave, we're going to celebrate." And in this foster home, I was separated from my siblings at age 6. My brother Tyler was 8, and my youngest brother Jonathan was 2. And when I was separated, it was hard. I was lonely, and it was sad. And it caused me to have depression. I still have depression from that, and I'm trying to work through it. Although it's hard, I get through it. But there's times when I wish, and I cry about it sometimes, that I still lived with my brothers. And if you wish you didn't have siblings, it's very hard, and you don't want that. Trust me, I wanted that, and I got it, and I regret it. And instead of adopting just 1 out of the 3 or 2 out of the 3, go out there and adopt the entire family. I know they don't want to be separated because I wish I hadn't been. My oldest brother, Tyler, I look up to. He made some poor decisions at age 15 and ended up in juvie. My youngest brother, Jonathan, when he was 9, he asked me why we adopted separately. And then I told him all these fun stories and why. And then he goes, "Katilyn, why do you hate Tyler," which is our brother? And I'm like, I froze because I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I don't hate him. I love him to death. I would never hate him. So I wanted to change that. So every chance I get, I let my brother know that no matter what he does, I will still love him. And that nothing can change how much I love my siblings. You can get connected to kids like this in simple ways. Get involved in their life if they're in foster care. Go out there and help them through their problems. Take them to Six Flags, or by becoming a CASA worker, which is a person who, on their own time, volunteers once, twice, 3 times a year to go take those kids out to have fun. And so they can get their emotions out. They can feel love. They can laugh. They can smile. Because a lot of kids in foster care, I can guarantee you, have never known what happiness is until they've experienced it later on in life. And there are 7,500 kids out there that will not be adopted alone in the DFW area, which is very bad. Adoption is hard, but there are hurdles to it that make it even harder, such as there are many, many books to read. It's a very long process, and there's lots of training. But with this, there come solutions. There are too many books and you're feeling overwhelmed, you can simply go and highlight each and every important thing in each chapter. Stay strong and don't give up, because I know if you give up, those kids will give up on you. And if you don't give up, those kids, without a doubt, will not give up on you. That will be good, because they need a home and they need someone to love them. But if you don't have a lot of practice with kids, simply just go out there, go find friends, family members, friends of friends, and practice babysitting those kids. It will be hard, but it will end up in great training. So even with this, there are also hurdles some people might face after the training, such as you're told no, or you're a single parent and the kids need a mom and a dad because they have a high case of ADHD, or they disobey a lot, or they have a high level of energy like I do. Well, there are also solutions to this. You can try again. Another kid's CASA worker says to you, I think you're a perfect match for this kid. Then you can go out there, go through the whole process again, and be able to try again with the kid. And if you're told no again, then you can call another CASA worker for another kid might say, you're perfect for this kid. And then you might actually get that kid after a second try. So remember, saving a life is better than anything. Would you rather have a life taken from a child, or would you rather have a child stay living and breathing and have a great experience of life? My brother, who is in foster care for almost his entire life, was 12 when I met him. He's not my biological brother, but because I was his foster sister when we were in foster care, I consider him a brother. His name is Richard. He turned 18 on April 24th of this year. He was in foster care since he was about 4 years old. And when you turn 18 and you're still in foster care in Texas, you age out of foster care, which means you're on your own, you're independent, and you have to go face live without knowing what to do. He needed lots of parental guidance. He didn't know how to handle life. And he never got adopted. And he doesn't understand anything. He needs parental guidance. Well, this is the reason why I want to adopt. I don't want kids to have to face things like this. I don't want kids having to go out there and not get adopted, because 75,000 kids out there either that were in foster care and aged out of foster care either end up homeless or in prison, which is not good, because the less kids in foster care means the less kids in prison and homeless. So I want to adopt because I don't want kids abused in foster care, murdered, or anything like that, because it's awful. So remember, you can save a life by saying yes. This was my adoption day, November 23rd, 2009. The happiest day of my life. The one day I experienced true happiness. The one day I smiled for the first time in my life. I was 8 years old. Thank you.